this is my front pattern. From the shoulder tip, come in by 1.5 inches. From the waistline upward, you measure 3.5 inches. 3.5, or you can measure 4 inches. If you're a medium size, the length of my front pattern is 18.5. So if it's like that, you know, you can do 4 inches, or better still, you do 3.5 inches if you don't want the sleeve to be, you know, too low. So let me do 4 inches instead of 3.5. So you're going to mark this on the outer dart leg. Okay, so you're going to transfer this measurement. This is 4 inches. I'm going to transfer it on the side seam line. I'm going to connect the 2 points with my straight line, and I'm also going to extend it. Okay, so I'll extend my line by 4 from the side seam. I'll extend it by 4¼ and mark. Then this line, I'm going to extend it. So from this very point, the tip of the shoulder, I will be extended by 4 3/8 of an inch, or 4.5. This is 4.375. That's 4 3/8 of an inch. So I'll connect this point and this point with a straight line. I hope you can see this point and this point. I'm going to connect it with a slight curve. So if you don't have a curve ruler, you can a slight curve ruler. Okay, you can do it this way. You bend your straight ruler just like this. Okay, so let me see if I can do that. So this is it. So let me just try to make it more visible. So after doing this, next is to come to the hammer curve here. This is my hammer curve, and measure from the shoulder tip down 2.75 or 2 3/4, 2 3/4 from the shoulder tip down and mark. So this mark, you are going to put your ruler here and you're going to just extend it. Okay, just like this. Now if you want to be more accurate, all you're going to do, you know, this is my guideline. You can actually place this on your guideline and measure to the exact point. I have 4.125 here, so you can now come to the center front and do the same thing, measure 4.125. Now this is just optional, you know, is for accuracy purpose. So there's no need of this. If you know you can get it all straight here. So you'll just put this. Okay, and now what you're going to do here, this is our major focus. You're going to just extend this with some broken lines like this. Okay, using these broken lines as my reference point, I'm going to measure the measurement here from here to here. I'll transfer the measurement and place it here from this very point to the broken line. Okay, anywhere on the broken line. So I'm going to just place it like this and transfer the measurement. Okay, so anywhere it stops on the broken line, that is where you're going to stop. Okay, so and you're going to connect this point and this point together with a straight line. Okay, can you see? Now what I'm trying to do here is to create my sleeve. Okay, this is a cut together kind of sleeve, so just follow me as I go on. After doing this, you're going to make use of your tape, the same measurement you have here. This is the measurement I have. I'm going to rotate it, ensuring that it passes the shoulder tip, okay, before you stop. So it could be like half an inch or so. So once you rotate it, then you mark. Okay, and using your ruler from that point, just connect. Okay, then you can now using your tape, then you can now make use of your ruler. Can you see what I've done here? So from this point, I think it's about half an inch or so. You are not to rotate it too much. This is about 0.625, not up to 0.75. So this is what you do. This is like a dart. Okay, so this is just like creating a dart. Okay, so as I go on, you will begin to understand what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, next is to connect this point and this point with a curve. Okay, so here, just blend it a little, just a little. So this is what you will do. Can you see my curve? Very smooth. Okay, so I think I am through with this pattern. In the picture on your screen, you will notice that there are buttons at the center front, so you can decide to not to put buttons there. So if you don't want to put, then you can cut your pattern on fold. Okay, now if you want to put button, the measurement you're going to add as your button allowance or button extension is going to depend on the size of the button that you will be using. Okay, so I don't intend to add buttons to it. I can decide to add a zipper, a stylish zipper on it, so I will just add 1 inch allowance, okay, to my center front. And this is 3 by 3 inches, so I'm going to just extend this by probably 1 inch, 1 inch here, or one and 1.25. So here I'm going to extend it or bring it down by probably 1.1 or so. Then I can now connect. So this also depends on the kind of neck that you want. So I'm going to add 1 inch as my zipper allowance, or better still, if you don't want to add anything, or maybe we should just leave it like this and not add any fold, everything will be just like this. Now I'm going to place another paper under it and trace all this out. I'll trace the whole pattern, I mean only the bodice pattern, you know, this sleeve separate, then the bodice pattern separate. Okay, so I'll be using my tracing wheel. This is a very important tool in pattern drafting, so I'll be making use of this. I'll place another paper, then once I'm done I'll show you and we will continue from there. Okay, so just measure what you have here. This is about 4 inches and I have the same 4 inches on this side as well. So if you are tracing your sleeve out, you're going to start tracing from the outer line. Okay, it's part of the sleeve. Okay, so for tracing purpose you need to do this and you just start from there. After doing this, then you will see that there's an opening here. So for me to be able to cut it out, I'm going to just connect this point and this point with my tracing wheel, just with a slight curve, not that deep. Okay, this is going to be our darts. All right, so I think I can remove this now and cut my sleeve out. This is the side, so you're going to just fold in these darts. This is my traced pattern. Next, from this point, the bust point, I'll come down by 1 inch and mark. And I will try to erase this line, so and ensure that this line that starts from the bust point starts from here. Okay, so I'll erase this line now and start drawing the line right from this new point. Okay, so just put this like this and trace. So I'm sure you guys understand why it's like this. Okay, so this is okay this way, and we can move on. The next is to also move in by maybe 1 inch or half an inch, but I'm going to do half an inch, or okay, let me do 1 inch here as well. So I'll move this point Okay, so then let's move over to the back.